I'm Debbie Robinson, Crafters Companion, and today we're going to make a fabulous project from our brand new look edition of the Crafters Inspiration, issue number 2, and this is the beautiful project that we're going to make today, a beautiful gift box. So the items that you're going to need for this project are the embossing folder from the magazine, a sheet of the patterned paper, one of the die-cut sentiment toppers, and a couple of the topper butterflies. Additional items that we're going to use are our white stamping smooth card. We're going to also take some of our 8x8 all occasions bright paper pad, and this one I've used the pink sheet. We're going to also use some nesting dies. Now these are from our oval nesting dies range, and these are the stitched ones, but you can use any of the oval shaped. We're also going to need some foam pads, a tape runner, and some tacky glue that I've decanted into our fine tip applicator. In addition, we're going to use some pearls. We're also going to bring in our Scoremaster board, and of course we will use the Gemini, the Junior or the Midi. First of all, we're going to take our 2 pieces of stamping card and we're going to cut these down to a size of 8 1/4 inches by 8 1/4 inches, and you need 2 pieces of that to create your box. One will be a box lid, one will be a box base. So we're going to bring our scoreboard in and we're going to use the inches side, so you have the inches on one and the centimetres on the other. But for this particular box, we're going to make it using the inches side. You're going to use your scoring tool that's in your Scoremaster, and then taking one of those cut down sheets of white stamping card that is your 8 1/4 inches, we're going to now make our box lid. So this is the panel for the box lid. And what we're going to do is we're going to score this at 1 inches on all 4 sides. So using the guide, bring your cardstock up to the butt of the board, and we're going to score this at 1 inch, top to bottom on this side. Turn this around and we'll repeat this on all 4 sides. So that is our measurements for our lid. Just pop that to one side, bring in your second piece of cardstock. We're going to take this to the right hand side of the board and take that up to the other side, and then this time measuring from the bottom, go along to the 1 inch mark, and we're going to measure that all the way up on all 4 sides. Right, that is your box base. So now what we're going to do is we're going to score all those pieces and burnish them. So we'll start off with the base, and using your tool, all you need to do is give this a nice crisp burnish line over those score lines. And again, score all sides and give them a nice crisp burnish, and you'll find that if you do this part right, the box itself, when you pop this together, you'll find that it goes together a lot easier. And next we're going to take some scissors, and what we're just going to do is cut to the first score line, create a little V shape, and this is going to create your little tab for your box to pop together. And again, you're going to repeat that on all 4 sides. So that's your box lid, and then repeat that again on the box base. Construct these together now. So we're going to bring in our tape pen, and we're going to construct by using and gluing this. Now before you do that, I'm just going to turn this over on my box lid, and I'm going to add my little gems just into place before I actually construct the lid together. So again, bringing in your gems. So we're going to place our gems on to give it a little decorative finish. And I'm going to do that on all 4 sides. And now we're going to bring our tape in and pop your tape onto this quarter here of the tab, and that's where you're going to pop your tape all the way across on all four sides. And then we'll construct the box by taking your tab, folding that over, and give it a little burnish between your finger and your thumb. That's your box lid with your decorative side, and then we're going to repeat the same thing with our box base. So you glue on all four tabs and repeat that process. There's our box base and our box lid. Cut another piece of white stamping card, and this time we're going to cut this to 5 3/4 inches by 5 3/4 inches. So we're going to use the embossing folder now, and we're going to use the 2 clear cutting plates when it comes to your Gemini machine. Make sure it's lined up on the edge of the embossing folder where your cardstock is. And then we're going to just place that in between our 2 plates and run that through the Gemini. And as you can see now, we've got this beautiful embossed piece, but we're going to repeat this. So all we're going to do is turn the cardstock over, place it in the same place, make sure your cardstock runs in line with your embossing folder, close that back up, and then again, just run that through the Gemini. So now you can see when you've got your finished piece run down both sides, you've got this gorgeous embossed detail down both sides. It really is beautiful. We're just going to enhance this a little bit more by bringing in those gorgeous pearls, and we're going to enhance by popping a few little pearls around the outside. So we're going to take our pink cardstock and we're going to cut this down to 6 inches by 6 inches. And we're also going to take the patterned cardstock and we're going to cut this at 2 inches by 5 3/4. And then we're going to decorate these, because these are going to be our matte layers for our embossing folder and also to go on top of the box. So this is when you're going to bring in your tape runner, and we're going to just pop some tape onto our cardstock all the way around all 4 sides and place, and this creates a nice little mat and layer. And then the strip's going to run down the centre of the panel, and it really offsets that beautiful embossed detail. So again, just pop some tape down into that centre. Then that is ready to go onto the top of our box. Next, we're going to bring in the die cut topper, but we're going to change this up a little bit by bringing in one of the nesting dies, and these fit really quite well on this topper. So this is the slightly smaller oval nesting die, and it measures around 3 1/4 inches by 2 1/4 inches, but it just fits perfectly over the sentiment. And we're going to hold that down with a little bit of low-tack tape and run that through the Gemini to cut that out, and it'll create the sentiment but also a frame for around the sentiment. And there we've got our lovely sentiments with our frame. And what we're going to do is we're going to put around the frame, we're going to use our foam pads to lift that off. So again, turn that over, bring in your foam pads and place those around the outside of the frame. So now we're ready ready to assemble. So we've got our box and our decorative lid. And what we're going to do is we're going to just attach this on, and I'm going to use tacky glue this time. So I'm going to bring in the tacky glue in the decanted bottle. I'm going to pop some glue all the way around the surface area, and then we'll place that onto the top of the box lid, like so. So we're going to bring in our sentiment, and we're going to lay that flat. So we're going to pop some tacky glue onto the back of our sentiment, and place that on top. And then our foam pads, just take the foam back covers off and then attach that on top of the sentiment. And it creates a little bit of extra dimension, this, just by adding those foam pads. And again, just place that around. It creates a little bit of dimension as well. And then we're going to bring in our 2 die-cut butterfly toppers. And we're going to just add one at the bottom and one at the top. And again, you can do a little bit of shaping. You can shape these with your fingers or your bone folders. And you can just pop a little bit of glue down the spine of the butterfly, attached one to the top, one to the bottom. And there you go, we've made our beautiful gift box using all the elements that are in our brand new edition of our Crafters Inspiration magazine, issue number 2.